Welcome to the shit show.
It's a Wednesday night, oddly enough, Tom. It is January 21st, 2026, but it is still time for another All Elite wrap-up. AEW Dynamite just ended. It was wild. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it. There are some people waiting, watching. They will join in the chat. We invite everybody to do the same. Join in on the chat on YouTube. If you're listening back to this on the podcast, yes, you can watch this live, and you would know when that's happening if you subscribe to us at allelitewrapup.com. The subscription is free, and we ain't selling no shit. And we're just sending you an email once a week saying, hey, you know, catch us live tonight. And you can do that, man, because we want friends. We want to talk to you, not just each other. We've known each other way too long to want to just talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes you'll get some writing. You've written an article in the past. I've written an article in the past, so you might get that from time to time as well. So
that's true. There's all kinds of stuff there at the website, right? All the back podcast stuff. You can check all that out. All the links you need to the blue skies. You can also email us, aewrapup@gmail.com.
Come on.
Feels lonely. Nobody did that this week, but we're here, man.
It's
Tom,
okay.
We're going to talk about Dynamite. I got shit to do tomorrow. I got to move my daughter into her first apartment. Look at me being an old guy.
Well, just get ready to move that stuff back into your house in about 6 months. So
I know.
No, I'm kidding.
She was like, she goes, well, if you want that in there, I bought it, but it's not going to like work in the new place. So I don't know. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I mean, I do got to make room for the stripper pole. And she was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I mean,
I still remember when I moved out. I moved out at a pretty early age, and it wasn't less than a year, and that fucking room that I had was completely different. It was as if I never existed, and I was like, God damn.
We're gonna, like, we already told her, like, well, we're gonna, if like things come back, like, we're just gonna have to figure that out then.
Well, what about
swim in the basement. He's at college right now, so his room's still sitting there, kind of dusty.
But in the summer. Right, in the summer.
Yeah, well, and he was just here for winter break, so he was hanging out.
Yeah.
Went back, but we went down and watched him bowl this weekend down in Plano, Texas.
Yeah. That was a great time for you.
Yeah. I almost had to beat up an old guy. and to my credit, he looks older than he is because he's haggard. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell. Yeah. He's just, you know what I mean? He's haggard.
He only looks 72.
Listen, he wanted to bow up. I was like, fucker. You know what I mean? So what am I going to do? Just because he's old? I was like, look, fucker.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, anyone can get it. Yeah.
Anyone can get it.
I
knew we weren't going to fight. I was just going to let him know that ain't going to fucking happen, pal. Like, we're not going to fight because I'm protecting you.
Anyone getting into a fist fight in a bowling alley in the state of Texas just makes sense. I don't even think there's a law against it. I think the cops just show up and make sure anyone's not dead.
I think like that's why, you know, nothing went wrong for us here. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as that got diverted, everybody was like, back to business.
All right, here we go.
I'll say this. I was reminded that everything's bigger in Texas, including my desire to get the fuck away from Texas. All right, Tom.
Hey, and if you're joining us from Texas, first off, thank you so much. Second, leave. That fucking state sucks. There you go. Go to any other state.
So I was walking out of the hotel to go to the Quick Trip across the way to grab some waters and things like that, right? Like, it was just across the street. So I'm walking. I'm by myself. I'm just kind of like walking, and I look, and there's like a fucking SUV right there, and it's got a Trump sticker on the back, and I was like, oh, fucking Nazis are here. That's cool. And I look, and there's like a guy over there on the side, like smoking a cigarette, and I was like, oh, shit. I wonder if that guy's the Nazi, right? Like, oh, well, might be in another fight.
Yeah. That state sucks. And they're about to have a snowstorm, so all their politicians are going to go to Cancun.
Ice storm. Yeah, they're all already out of there. Yeah, of course.
So,
man. And the underground bunker being built where the White House used to be.
I got paid to live there for a short period of time, and you couldn't pay me again? Nope. No. Hate that place.
Nope. Texas, you know what else it isn't? A gimmick.
Yeah, Texas isn't a gimmick. I fucking hate that. Learn from this guy above my head. Hangman Adam Page. He's a cowboy. What state is he from?
Texas, yeah.
It's not fucking Texas, and it's the best cowboy gimmick this century. So, like, get the fuck on that. Hook your fucking dick. That fucking can't stand that shit. Oh, look at this. I got horns. And then these little needle dick cocksuckers are like, but don't put it down. You'll make me mad.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Tried to
Suck
make that a
your
penalty
own-
to like,
I know.
remember that story? Like they
Yeah.
tried to
Suck your own cock. Oh my God. That is just the fucking. Oh, it is such a bitch made hoe thing to do. You know? Like, fuck you. Your mom is not impressed or proud of you if you fucking get offended by this thing.
probably, yeah,
Fucking
probably
loser.
a little bit ashamed of you, but you know,
And
Tom,
if you're from Texas, your mother's probably also your sister. But yeah, Texas sucks.
well, let me just say this.
Speaking
Let's
of things-
stop talking about Texas, though.
Okay, because
Okay.
I was gonna say I wanted to give you a book update 2026.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Reading the Road by Cormac McCarthy. If you want to hear something more bleak than living in the state of Texas, or maybe it's right there 1A 1B, read The Road. It is beautifully written. Cormac
Spoiler
McCarthy.
alert, Tom. The big worst part at the end of that book is he arrives at
Moves
Texas.
to Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they are going south. I haven't finished the book yet, but I will say it is beautifully written. It's probably the most, it's probably the best written book I've read in my life. But it is bleak. It is just bleak the entire time.
It's a sad story. I've not read the
Also-
book, right? I saw the movie as you and I personally
Okay.
discussed, but I can only imagine then that the book is gripping. Because
I didn't know there
alone
was.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was a movie, so I might want to watch the movie just to relive the whole shit again.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's bleak is went to the doctor today. Tim, we've been friends long enough, and this podcast's been around long enough that if anyone goes back to 2017, you all will remember that I had right shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Guess what? I loved
have it
it.
again?
So most likely I'm going to have to do it again. And if you've listened long enough, you'll know, hey, your right shoulder hurts again? No. It did in 2017, but what you're thinking of is the tumor in my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Ah,
No, but I
that's the
remember though
fucking-
2017 where you were like, I'm not going to do surgery because if I can,
Yeah.
you know.
I had to. I can't lift anything. Like, I can't reach for anything above my head. Like, this is legitimately, he was doing like the degrees, like lift your hands above your head.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to get 140, maybe 125. I think it was 125 degrees. 73.
So is the surgery going to get you back to full, or is it like
Yeah.
designed to get you? Okay. All right.
Yeah. But
That now will you be both again because you had some limited mobility from the tumor? You know?
the left one's fucked. The left
Okay.
one, there's nothing to do. Left one,
Will
just
never
gonna be
recover.
Yeah, that one's just a bump in the road for the rest of my life. The right one, though, is like anyone else's shoulder. Unfortunately, I just have to have surgery again. The thing about that is, is my best friend Bernie Wigglesbutt likes to sleep in the bed with me. If I get right shoulder surgery, I have to sleep sitting up. He's gonna want to sleep in my lap. That can't happen. So I might have to go to my mom's for a couple days until I get situated.
Hey
So,
man, yeah. I mean, you can come down the basement down here.
I mean, I might.
You might set you
That'd
up
be
a little
fun.
chair.
Yeah, and then we could do the podcast face to
exactly.
face.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, look at that.
Maybe
See,
I will. Finding.
Yeah. Well, here's another silver lining, Tom. I checked just this afternoon. Still a little bit of gas in the tank of the old Spanish announce time machine, All Elite Wrap-Up time machine, whatever we're going to call that. You know what I mean? This is what we use to go back in time and just review where we've been a little bit, right? Before we talk about what just happened tonight. And this one's fun, Tom.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like you're going to get this, but I felt like you were going to get it last time. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
AEW's hard, and I think we've talked about this before. AEW's hard because, and this is honest to God, almost everything. Post-pandemic, everything feels like it's the same year. It still feels weird to me.
I do. As I've been looking back at these shows to find these segments, I do realize it does feel like these things that have happened now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's two different things going on here. Yeah. Well, so this is a fun one. January 26, 2022. I'm going back 4 years. This is a special beach break episode of Dynamite, emanating from the great Cleveland, Ohio. One of the main stories of the show was a confusing, chaotic TNT championship picture where Cody Rhodes was the lineal champion, But due to COVID protocols, an interim champion had been crowned in his absence. And to fix this mess, a ladder match was booked to unify the titles. And this match is famous for one epic, insane spot where a cutter was hit from the top of one ladder to another. So the question for you, who hit the cutter?
Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara. I figured you were going to go.
Well, and the reason I definitely know that too is because if you recall, during that same time, Cody gave that big speech of like, oh, you call yourself Brody. Let's see in 5 years how that's going. Well, we'll talk about Dynamite tonight, you jackass. He seems to be doing well. And I understand what he's getting at, but also people can have a fake name Brody. It's okay, you fucking weirdos. But then the second thing was Sammy Guevara was also contract time at the same period that Cody Rhodes was. So some people were like, maybe they both leave. Maybe they both stay.
This, in fact, was Cody Rhodes' final match in AEW before he left the company.
I will say, Cody, for all the just fake facade, corporate nonsense, just want to smack the plastic off of the presenting wrestler that he is, his first match in AEW and his last match in AEW fucking ruled. Right, so that was the last match. The first match was against his brother, right? Because I count that as AEW. Yep. I know it wasn't technically when Dynamite had started, but let's say it's AEW.
Yeah.
So he did bookend really, really well. But
one of my hints was that Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara had the very first match on the premiere episode of Dynamite in 2019, right?
Yeah, because remember Sammy came out with that bear. Remember how he used to wear that half bear thing in his little underwear?
Well, this is fun because that was going to be one of my hints, right? Was he was also Cody Rhodes' first opponent or the first opponent on Dynamite, right? And then the other one was going to be that he is considered one of the pillars of AEW. But the third hint, you know what it was going to be? I knew it was going to nail it for you. He has the most punchable face in pro wrestling.
He does.
Maybe history.
Maybe history.
Maybe history.
There's
current day though locked up.
Yeah, we haven't seen every person, but
true.
Yeah,
on American television, at least. You know what I mean?
Come on.
All right, Tom. Well, that was a fun little trip.
Back in time. I love it. I always love it.
I love AEW,
that is great. Hey, let's talk about AEW Dynamite. So we kick it off with Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone says, hey, we got Excalibur and Taz here. If you've been paying attention to the news, that's actually real. JR was supposed to be there, but unfortunately he had a fall and he wasn't able to make it. So we wish him the best of health. I will say this before we get into the whole episode, though. Taz came across really strong heel vibes. Would you agree?
Very much. Very specifically, I noticed it most in the match where Hook's there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
which stood to reason, but then I noticed it throughout. And so I think that's the way they're going to go.
Which I like.
I know it's like you said, JR was supposed to be there, but we also got that Taz segment where he broke down the MJF Bandito match, which we can talk about later. I don't hate if Taz is back around a little more, right?
Oh, I would love it. Yeah, Taz rules. The thing that I hope is that Taz is the heel, because what I feel, and this is just me speculating, reckless speculation, but I feel like they're going to have the Dynamite team of Excalibur, Bryan Danielson, Taz, and then the Collision team of Tony Schiavone, Nigel McGuinness. And if that's the case on Dynamite, and we've talked about this previously too, Bryan Danielson and Taz kind of do the same thing. So if Taz can be like, oh, actually, he's not hooking the leg, Bryan, you should have known that. If he can be at least a little in that regard, then we've got something to work with there. So, I noticed it, honestly, the most when Don Callis, which we'll get to, was on commentary, and he was like, I hope you get all the titles. It was like, you used to hate this guy. You said it.
Yeah, he used to, razz on. Now, he wasn't playing the face always.
Right, he was just fuck
used
that guy,
The moment Don Callis came around, that's true. That I did notice that, but I forgot that he used to be that way to Don Callis. He used to be like, this carny fuck.
Yeah.
Right? You lame bitch. Right? I'm paraphrasing a little, but yeah.
Yeah, but now he's kind of
he's all riding that Don Callis Family D. That
Yeah, so here we
DCFD.
Here we go. Tony Schiavone says, hey, let's bring out our men's world heavyweight champion, and that is MJF. MJF comes out, and what I liked here, and I want to get your opinion on this, I felt like this was a good, I'm the best in the world in this entire pro wrestling game. And where I liked, he said, if someone's calling themselves the best in the world or best of the best,
change
that channel because you know that I'm the best because I've got this right here. I like that. Sometimes, even if you're a heel, you need to have a promo that says everyone wants what I have, not haha, look what I've got. Like there's a different tone to that. You know what I mean? So I like that. That was good.
I felt like the way when he was finishing this up, I was like, man, MJF just came out. If I said, go out there and cut me the most textbook example of a heel champion promo in pro wrestling, MJF just hit everything, right? Home runned it, right?
Yeah.
Nailed it all.
He did great. And I liked it.
I do think I was like, okay, but what? And then I think we got our answer. Right?
Yeah. So then he shows off the belt and he says that everyone in, I think we're in Orlando, is, kissing cousin idiot or whatever he says. And then we hear.
They're from Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that's a second state that you don't want to be in. Honestly, anything below Joplin, Missouri, just fucking leave. Just across the board.
Look, there's some areas in Kansas City, I'll tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least like you got,
area.
but you got like some solitude in like little pockets. Anything, just nothing.
Look, I spent some time in Oklahoma City, and I'll tell you, venture north.
Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a year. Don't just go back. Go back north. Anyhow,
went to Vegas recently. Nope.
I gotta go to Vegas in a couple weeks for a stupid fucking conference.
For
I
work?
hate Vegas. Yes, I do. It sucks. Anyhow,
it is terrible. I just went there recently.
I know.
And I was like, this is what everybody is like.
Well, and here's the thing too. Side quest. We'll get back on topic. The thing that really makes Vegas worse now is, well, first off, just completely about me. I don't like to gamble. I'm not a gambling guy. That doesn't really. But now that you can just get your phone out and do everything in your pocket, you don't have to go there. So then when you're there, you're like, well, then what the fuck else is here?
And furthermore, I got a casino 10 minutes down the street from me, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't got it. I can do all that right there.
I will say, I am a little aggravated by the timing. So February 4th, if you saw their like dates for coming up, February 4th, they're going to be in Vegas. I will be in Vegas February 9th. So I'll miss fucking AEW. I could have went to an AEW show in Vegas, but
Tom, you're a big baller. Just fly out there again. And...
No. Again, I don't want to go there. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I want to go back. I was going to, if I had to be there while AEW was there, it might make it a little bit better, but I'm not going to go back.
Nope, not at all.
The next town you go to after Vegas, I'll meet you there.
Exactly, yeah. Any other town but this one.
Texas, never mind.
No, that's a state. Hate that state. But we get MJF saying, I'm the king of the world. Check me out. And then we hear the barking because Brody King comes
another
out.
king.
Yeah, and Brody King basically is like, hey, I should rip your spine out because you're a bitch. And then they chant,
so we all know you're a bitch.
Yeah. And then he goes, I want the shot at the championship. Now, credit to MJF. He goes, well, first off, no, because I'm afraid of you. But he doesn't say that part. But then he does make the valid point of like, you beat nobody. So you got to beat some
Well, he said
people.
it's that. He's like, it's because of that. Like, not because I'm afraid of you. No. Right? Like, nah.
Well, and then he barks at him and he jumps. And then MJF.
So that was a fun, because he's like, starts poking him on the chest. MJF nailed all of this, right? Mm-hmm. He starts poking him on the chest and then his voice cracks a little. And that's when he's like, anyway, so I got to get out of here. I got to fucking get on my way, whatever. And then, like, he barks at him as he's coming out and he shakes a little bit and everybody catches it. He just starts leaning into the crowd. Like, all of that worked to perfection.
I will say, I want a little bit more.
I'll say this, Brody King looks a little lost in the seas, right? Like a little bit. It feels like the stage fright is still coming out of him, right?
Well, because I don't think he's afraid to like speak into a microphone. Obviously, he's a lead singer of a band.
Right.
I think he's afraid to be a babyface. I think if he was a heel, he feels more comfortable because he's always probably been a heel, right? And so now we're like, no, but we love you. And then he's like, But what does that mean?
But I also think, I think just naturally when I watch him do interviews and stuff, he's also not a man of many words, right? Like, he's not orating on the finer concepts of anything, right? So, the babyface has to do a little bit more of that, right? The heel can be like, fuck you, dick. And then just, you know what I mean?
This is where that pairing of Julia Hart and him would have worked out a little bit better.
And, face managers, you know what I mean? Like, we've got a lot of heel managers, but certainly somebody can do the job of a face manager.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Apprentice or whatever
he did that
tried
well for them.
Yeah, but someone like that, except for
I likened him. He felt like their Flavor Flav, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi,
which was fine. You know what I mean? For what it was to do, like, he certainly got the crowd going. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah. Just don't be a nerd, but do what he did.
Give him some balls to start juggling, right?
So,
Why
it
was he
looks
wearing
like
gloves. I don't fucking.
He's cold. Bad
Same reason AJ Styles is.
Bad circulation. So we add another challenger to the mix. So now we've got, as of right now, Kenny Omega, Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, and now Brody King.
Wants a piece of you when you're the champ.
And that's great. This is what I like. This is how it's to be if he doesn't have a stable. Because I think the two best ways, I would say this, the two safest ways.
That's the benefit of having a stable is, you don't have to watch your back everywhere you go.
Right. But, like, the two safest ways to, like, present a heel men's world champion, in my opinion, is either he has a stable, you have to get through 50 guys to get to him.
Or something else protecting him, right? Like, keeping you from just walking up and beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Or this, where it's like he's escaping by the skin of his teeth. Like, everything is just, hi, he got out of there. Like, you motherfucker. Like,
he's a dick, but everywhere he turns, there's danger, and he knows it, and he's paranoid, and
it makes this interesting.
That's going to be his ultimate downfall, but...
Mm-hmm. Now, we go from there, and we go to a backstage interview, and we got our new Trios champs. And I want your opinion on this, because... Hangman says, hey, we need a Trios name if we're going to be Trios champs. Now, Kevin Knight says Jet Set Rodeo. And then Mike Bailey tried to say Horsecock. And Adam Page was like, we've tried this with the Hung Bucks, and it doesn't work out. So I will throw this over to you, Tim. Mm-hmm. You give this trio a name.
No, I think Excalibur nailed it when he called him Air Horse One. That is the name. I don't know if you caught that. He was like, I'm just throwing that one in there. Air Horse One. I'm going to immediately name my horse that on Red Dead Redemption 2 the next time I play it. It's Air Horse One.
Air Horse One is good.
I'd seen somebody name it their horse on that game, Pony Montana. And I was like, that was good. I wish I would have thought of that. But now Air Horse One, I'm like, oh,
Air Horse One is
Horse
good.
One.
I was thinking, because if you've paid attention, AEW sometimes flirts with NASCAR. And obviously you got jet speed, right?
Right.
Call them horsepower.
Horsepower,
right?
Yeah.
And then you have the fucking, and then you can do the fucking thing, and you can do all the merchandise with cars on it.
You know what you could still do is lean into Bailey's, so you then have a horse, and then you just have like the Batman style like word bubble right in the crotchal area that just says power, like angling down from the horse, right? It's horsepower.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you would sell a shit ton of them shirts.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's the easiest one, because you got jet speed, which deals with flight and speed, speed. And then Hangman is obviously a cowboy, so horse.
Still all in Air Horse One.
Air Horse One is good. But I don't know if they could get that cleared. I feel like they'd get sued.
That's true, yeah. Well, there's it's a lot, right? It's a lot to say and doing it. But it is kitschy. It's neat. I like it.
Yeah. So, also in this interview, though, Hangman tells Speedball Mike Bailey, hey, you're fast, he's fat, use your speed, you got this win. And he's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Knight goes, all right, so what advice do you have for me? And Hangman just goes, man, that's going to be a tough main event, and just walks off.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
They're doing a lot of mild but awkward interactions with the jet speed, Hangman, and Swerve, right? Collision obviously had its things. We can get into the details of some of that if you want, but like, yeah, there's a lot of this. It's not hatred. There's not anger here, but there's some. I don't know how to decide. There's a little bit of tension amongst all of them.
Yeah, it almost feels like maybe Jet Speed might pick their favorite guy of the two, right? Like Kevin Knight picks Hangman, Speedball picks Swerve.
Right, and now what do we? Yeah.
Now what do we do? So like, I don't know. It is interesting. I like what we're doing.
Could the weird friendship / rivalry of Hangman and Swerve be so weird and toxic that it unravels Jet Speed?
That's what I'm saying. I think it could.
That'd be a fun way to get them apart where we don't necessarily blame them, even though they had a little bit of you know what I mean, hatred towards each other. Would be like, yeah, but that was the fault of Hangman and Swerve.
I mean, and they could just bring up past segments that we saw, right? You could just have Kevin Knight go like, but if he threatened your child, wouldn't you burn his house down?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you don't burn someone's house down. And then they just walk by.
Like, what if I came and burned your house down? And be like, you better not burn my fucking house down. And be like, I'm not going to burn your house down.
Yeah. Well, and if Hangman's just hanging around there too, and he's like, so you would do what Swerve did.
Be like, is that why I saw matches in the back of your...
Yeah. But he could just give side eye to one of them, right? One of them picks that Swerve's
like,
actions.
I know I would do it. And then he'd be like, you would do that? And they'd be like, no. I mean, not that's not what I meant. Like, I wouldn't break into your house to stand over your kid.
Yeah.
Like, that's not your, like, that's not what I meant. What did you mean?
Yeah. Don Callis sucks. And
yeah, exactly. I gotta get this match against Roderick Strong.
Yeah. All right, so then we get into the Speedball Mike Bailey versus Samoa Joe match, and this was fun. I thought we had a lot of good time here. As we mentioned,
this is where we got Taz getting healed up, right?
Yeah, like, this is where he's really going into the like Samoa Joe's going to be champion. You just see, and all this other kind of stuff.
And the powerhouseless ops were out there doing heel work.
I don't like that at all.
I know.
At all.
I hate it. I hate all of that, but
I saw some AEW accounts, which PSA, public service announcement for anyone who doesn't know what that acronym means. We can stop. Like, I shit on WWE, but it's in the like stream of consciousness, right? Like, I'm not this motherfucker, right? Like, WWE sucks, but you don't always have to say it. Right, we know. It's like saying the sun. You don't have to take a picture of the sun every day in July and be like, see, it's out. Like, we fucking know. It's July, right? But I did see some AEW accounts on Blue Sky posting that apparently on Martin Luther King Day, Triple H or WWE, whoever, posted the R-Truth situation and basically was like, R-Truth's a fucking idiot. And it's like, first off, no, he's not. Second off, everyone in pro wrestling seems to love this guy. And third, you did it on Martin Luther King Day, you tone-deaf idiot.
So dead serious. You sent me a video of them showing like what it was a SmackDown creative meeting.
Oh yeah,
and
that
we were
one.
Talking over, and there was literally I stopped and paused. There was 13 people in the room, 11 dudes, 2 women, every single one of them white, like all white as fuck. Yeah. And I was like, well, holy shit, man.
Yeah, well, and we could do a separate video just on that, on how stupid it is that they book. Because one thing that I'll say that I did miss, so let me say it and then the thing I missed. You never just look at a fucking board and go, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair. There. You have to come up with the story and then input the characters into the story, and then that's what makes a good feud. Now, I will say...
Now, hear me out. We've done this exercise. I might tell you, like, hey, I've got these 2 people. I need you to give me a story for this. But that was their whole thing was, well, who do we put her against? It was never about what story are we going to tell between any of these people. It was just, who's she going to work with? She already worked with these other people unless we move her up here. I love how they were just clearly defining who was above who, too. Because they were like, because she's already beat all them, but then she'd have to be up here against all these people. And like,
no.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Well, the thing that I would say that I was telling you about how that is a wrong way of booking, and I do believe it is the wrong way to book or just tell stories of any kind. But I will say the one caveat that I haven't actually done, so maybe I'm just doing a little armchair quarterback here, is if you do want to tell stories, and hypothetically, if you need to build a Hell in a Cell, like you can't just do that the day of, right? Like, okay, so then today, right? So there is some planning. I'm not saying like you don't plan it all, but what they do is this whole like just connect dots without meaning behind it. It's fucking horrendous. Who watches that shit? But anyhow, my first whole thing about this is you don't have to shit on WWE. We all know it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Like we all know it
I was
sucks.
shitting on him last night though. I was talking to somebody at the meeting, told them I was a big pro wrestling fan. They were like, me too. And then I was like, oh yeah. I was like, you watch AEW? And they're like, nah, I really only watch Raw on Netflix. And I was like, well, I was like, you should watch AEW. And they were like, man, I just, they were like, I tried it before, but the stories. And I was like, what fucking stories are you talking about over there? Anyway.
Yeah. What story are you talking? Yeah. Oh, hey, CM Punk is sad that his dog died. Who the fuck? Like, okay. Anyhow, I don't care. Fuck him. But this match was fun. Samoa Joe did really well of being the big guy that kicks the shit out of...
Yeah, he looked every bit of Samoa Joe here.
One thing that actually Toni Storm did in her match that I want more wrestlers to do, and I think Samoa Joe could have really taken advantage of this, and I think the best person that does it is Kevin Owens. Talk some more shit during the match. MJF is also really, really good at this.
Really does that
where
well.
it's like he catches something, it's oh shit, and someone back body drops.
Yeah, or he'll call you a nerd while he's kicking you in the face.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. We can talk more a little, like that happens, watch
100%.
Some street fights.
It's
like,
real. Yeah, it's real. Even even in your MMA matches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People are talking shit the whole time.
Oh man, there was one fight with Habib versus Michael Johnson, and he takes Michael Johnson down and he pins him up against the cage, and he goes, brother, just quit. You know that this is my fight. Just quit. I have to fight Connor. This was before he fought Connor. And Michael Johnson's just getting hit, like not hard, but just getting hit and like just breaking his spirit. And I was like, God, that has to fucking suck. Getting shit talked to and punched. And you know that you can't get out of the situation. You just have to eat it. Anyhow. Samoa Joe wins because essentially the ops really fuck over Speedball anytime he had a chance to get one over on Joe. Mm-hmm. And there you go. So I don't know really what we make of this because now Samoa Joe looks big and bad, which it's Samoa Joe.
Are we getting the trio titles back to the ops soon, or is that lost now?
I don't know, because, I mean, if we're being honest, the original ops are still intact. Because as much as we loved Powerhouse Hobbs, he was just a fill-in, and then he became, like, a real member. But, Hook. Yeah, and so Hook's back, and so we're good, right, as far as it's the authentic ops, It's not a crush situation.
But I didn't know if they just didn't want to, like, freebird the title while everybody knew that Hobbs left, so they had to, like, book this, or if this is just, like, we're on the new champs now, and the ops are going to do their own thing. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Time will tell.
It's also a good way to keep either Hangman or again Hangman and Swerve out of the title picture, but still on TV every week, right? Because
well, currently you need one of them having some sort of other title, like you're saying, because they're tied together. So it kind of takes the focus from them immediately being like, "There's the champ. I got to go get him."
Right, yeah. One thing I will say, though, about this match also, Samoa Joe's back chops, Jesus Christ, sounded like shotguns. I mean, poor Mike Bailey's chest is probably bleeding right now. It was just horrendous. But we saw a theme start here, where as Samoa Joe was celebrating his victory, we go backstage, we see MJF watching the monitor. So again, that's the second challenger that's kind of lurking around MJF. Then we keep it going. We go to commercial. We come back, and we get a street fight. It's the Death Riders versus the Don Callis family. And I felt like this was a fun street fight. I felt that the crowd was confused. And I can tell you why if you want me to.
Well, I want to reiterate again that words matter. And I wish street fights started at least started in the fucking street, or at least at some point went to the street.
Especially with the Death Riders, because we have seen plenty of times they make their entrance from the street.
Why don't we just start in the street? Like,
Yeah, just start in the street. Yeah.
You know how many fights are happening in the streets of Orlando?
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, bath salts
you don't
down
have
there.
to get a permit for this.
Yeah. Yeah, the Florida man is a thing so common that everyone knows. Of course that would happen.
You could just long grainy shot and be like, oh, look, they're fighting outside in the street because there's just people out there fighting. Whatever.
That actually would be cool. If you could get a helicopter and be like, we can't find him. Oh, yes, we've gone to, Johnny Rollins. And they're like, oh, my God, they're fighting in the woods, Like,
Yeah.
that would be cool. But yeah,
somebody's driving away. They're fighting in the back of the vehicle while Yuta's driving the vehicle. Now we've got a drone following.
Yeah, might as well. That'd be fun. But I'm glad you said Yuta because I felt that the crowd was confused on who to cheer for and who to boo. And the reason is you're making the Death Riders baby faces, but Yuta sucks.
And hear me out. Okay. Even if somebody does not think that Yuta sucks, they do not want you to turn him face right now because Yuta sucks, right? Like, nobody wants to stop this right now.
Yeah, no one.
Nobody wants to, like, secret time, he's a face, right? Like, because we want to chant the Yuta sucks at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
guys, Yuta sucks.
Yuta sucks.
Yeah. And so
on site all day, every day, and everybody around him within close proximity needs to know.
Yeah. This would have been better served if Claudio was in the match. If it was Claudio, Garcia, and Moxley, I think we would have got better cheers because they fucking almost went unglued when Lance Archer chokeslammed Yuta through that table. They were like, yeah. And it's like, well,
we love that too. Like we all love Lance Archer murdering somebody, so you also can't use that as a heel tactic on us. Yeah,
he's fun. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lance Archer murdering somebody is the mascot of AEW. What do you like? That's
if I could make any character adjustments, one of them would definitely be I would steal some of the zaniness from Mark Briscoe and infuse it into the Lance Archer character.
Man.
Where it's everybody dies and isn't this fun? Right? Like so
let's get wild tonight.
Yeah. Because then it's even scarier when a big guy like Lance Archer's doing it. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know that I'd see Lance Archer pulling that off correctly.
Well, just have him laugh and giggle. That's all I'm saying. But more mayhem. I think also he needs to be a Tasmanian devil. I think at any time on Collision, I think Collision is a perfect spot for this too. Anytime that, let's just say it's a Saturday going up against a college football game, right? And we kind of know we're punting on this episode, but we still want to make it entertaining. Yeah. Any of those kind of episodes, we just have a full episode where we're like, well, we got to go backstage again. And Lance Archer's grabbed Hechicero and is choke slamming him, right? And then the next one, he's grabbing
even though they could
Nick
be like,
Gage.
Don, you're supposed to keep him in check. He's like, I got it. Sorry. I was over here making a deal. I lost track of him for a second.
Yeah, and he just throws another person.
He's like, hey, Lance, hey, over here. He handed him money or something, right?
He's like, all right. Yeah, don't make him
money in a whiskey bottle, right? And it just calms him down.
You don't want to make him Lenny from Of Mice and Men, but you do want to make him that okay, then we're going this way.
You can even do that, be like, calm down, and he'll be like, he fucking got in my way. Be like, I know, but listen, look here, and he hands him a whiskey or something. Be like, fine, and be like, fuck him. We know that. But come on, we need you over here. I need you focused on this. All right, fine, Don. That would be fun. He needs to have his wits about him, but he just needs to be easily angered. Right?
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, like that. Zany though.
Yes, but with a fun-loving maybe not anger, just like somebody gave me an opportunity to beat the shit out of him.
That's great for me. Yeah, what a good day for me.
So that's it. Don's just got to be like, hey, he's had enough, right? And they'll be like, I guess. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, exactly. You better get up next time, okay? You better get up. Yeah. Now, there was a really cool spot here, which also told me, man, doesn't the suck for the luck of old Pac here, because Lance Archer's about to choke slam Yuta, and Pac with his crutches because apparently his fucked up knee. This poor guy can't catch a break in AEW.
So is it a real thing? Is that like?
I think
really?
so. Yeah, because like when he wasn't like on camera or in focus, he was still hopping around like a motherfucker.
Look, I mean, guy likes to work on his upper body. He's got more time
Yeah.
to do it now.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back so goddamn swole. He's gonna
Yeah.
look like Rob Terry out in this one.
Yeah, he's gonna look like the Wendy's guy. Have you ever seen that where it's like, or the Kentucky Fried Chicken where it's not a bow tie, it's actually his legs? Have you ever seen that meme? Yeah, like that. Gonna come out like that. But yeah, there was a cool spot here where Pac has the crutch, and out of nowhere, here comes Claudio, grabs it, and then just smacks the shit out of Lance Archer over the head. So that was fun.
Get a Claudio Lance Archer match out of this. That could be
Yeah, love that. And the Death Riders win. Now, here's the one thing that I wanted to get your feedback on as well. We saw every member of the Death Riders. So Marina got involved arm barring, I think, Lance Archer. We saw Yuta. We saw Pac. We saw Claudio. We didn't see a fucking other member of Don Callis the entire time.
Yeah, we saw them on Collision. They all came in. Of course, that was last week's
but like
recording. But like,
where's Trent? Where's
Takeshita? Where's
Kyle Fletcher? Where's Okada?
Where's Davis and Doyle?
Yeah, Davis and Doyle. Where are these motherfuckers? Because
Brian Cage. I mean, yeah, I guess.
He's hurt. But yeah, it just felt weird that like all of Death
Pac
Riders
was
were
hurt.
Yeah, he showed up. You pussies. You know,
Pac's more recently hurt. He's still in that surgery.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. And then, now maybe I'm missing something here. After the match, Death Riders surround Don Callis, and Moxley says something to the effect of, let your boy know that I'm not that hard to find, or something like that. Is he referring to Okada? Who is he talking about here?
Maybe. Must be. I don't know. Everything says we're getting ready for a Don Callis Family versus Death Rider showdown. And I still feel like it's a weird call, and I'm waiting to see how we connect it better to make it less weird, and I don't know that it's going to get less weird. It's just a weird feeling.
Yeah. I feel like even though Don Callis Family is the most despicable, right? Fuck Don Callis, all this stuff, you know? Logically, it makes more sense that the Death Riders would see the riches of the Don Callis family and fuck with them. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I know we've said, like, Moxley did the face turn, and we're ready to, like, Death Riders are the good guys. And I don't feel like that would have been enough. I mean, again, like let's not mix the two. Like, they're not exactly the MAGA movement of AEW, right? But, like, if the MAGA people came out and were like, you know, I see you guys finally became what we wanted you to become, so we're cool now. I'd be like, eat a dick. Like, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Yeah. So that's how I kind of feel about the Death Riders in canon, right? If I'm playing kayfabe, like, I don't give a shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, because also, now, again, maybe this is context that I'm missing, but if the reason the Don Callis family is going after the Death Riders is because Okada, who maybe is de facto leader of Don Callis family, says, I want my Continental Classic Championship back, okay, but to me, that hasn't been established yet. That's just been like...
And Moxie's on the aggressive of it, which is weird. He's got the title, so like it's weird.
Yeah, so something's not hitting with me. And again, let us know in the chat if there is something that we're missing, or again, you can always email us.
If we did finally say, okay, we can remove the Continental Classic from Okada, then let's not keep him moneyed in.
Right, around it. Yeah. Yeah, don't keep him around the fucking
We don't need him to be the Continental Classic guy forever.
Yeah. Anyway. Right. Well, because, that's just a little too much. All right. So then we get into some more in-ring action, and we get the debut. Oh, actually, first off, before we do, everyone go to this website. Tim, I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Go, because this is real life shit here. We need to help each other out every possible moment that we can. But if you could go to helpbigstoke.com.
Big Stoke! Woo!
That would be greatly appreciated because he is obviously injured and needs all of the help that he can get. So please, again, help Big Stoke.
Look at him. He looks pitiful.
I mean, he looks so sad.
Yeah.
So incredibly
that's what I meant.
sad.
Pitiful.
Yeah.
Looks pathetic. Sad. I mean.
And so he says, hey, FTR, we're the fucking champs. By the way, give me money, but we're taking on this new team that apparently is a tag team champion at another indie promotion. And we get the debut of Jordan Oliver and Alec Price. Now, we've actually seen Jordan Oliver because when we went to that GCW show, he was tag champs
was this
with
not the same guy?
Nick Wayne. No, it was Nick Wayne and Jordan Oliver. Those were the team. And we saw him at the GCW show here in Kansas City.
Who was he teaming with then?
I think it was this guy, Alec Price.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
They feel like, we went back in time already, but like they just still. We've been watching this Jordan Price guy wrestle for it feels like 12 years, and he still looks like he's 14 years old.
Yeah.
And when he showed up here, it looked like it was like, oh, here's like when the first time I saw Private Party, right? Like this feels like. This guy's coming fresh out of the power plant. And I know this guy's been wrestling for like a decade.
Yeah, forever.
But it's
I know he's good.
Yeah.
But I will say the presentation made it feel like 1993 Hardy Boys.
Well, we already have the Rascals thing coming in. And this just, it was like, oh, those two guys with the Rascals is kind of what it felt like,
Oh, God. I bet you they will. I bet you we're going to get some fucking
because if that was supposed to be 4, and now it's 3, and we can make it 5. And
yeah. Well, and then, I can already see the fucking segment. It's going to be on Collision probably because, again, Saturday
together.
nights. Yeah. They're going to do that 70s show smoke circle. Hey, Tim, did you know that weed is cool? Because here's another PSA
I did
for
know
anyone.
that, but I didn't need to keep knowing it. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
but here's another PSA for you. Just as Texas isn't a gimmick, your Vice isn't either.
Yeah, exactly.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Oh, do you drink beer? Oh, do you smoke weed?
I guess Steve Austin did get over with drinking beer.
Steve Austin got over with anger. Yeah. Steve Austin drank beer, but it was always
Sandman
filled
drank a lot of beer.
Yeah, but he was also filled with anger. Like
and
when
cocaine.
you get crucified, when you get crucified by Raven and he takes your son away from you, what the fuck else are you gonna do, huh?
Exactly.
Think you're just gonna you're gonna just continue your life like not having a drink?
But you burn a motherfucker's house down.
Yeah, see? But vices aren't, to me, vices are never a again, even going to Bailey. Oh, I like wrestling. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the weed as a gimmick, right? Like, I don't mind a reference to weed and all this thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine.
Well, I am cutting some corners here because there was a large portion, especially on the second half of his career, where Stone Cold would just name alcohol for a segment and everyone would say what.
Yeah.
But I would still argue that the prime of Stone Cold was anger and by the way,
it was blue collar against
let's drink
corporate
beer.
Yeah.
The Rascals just feel like this is it, and what else is there to you?
Well, we could get a return of this.
I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna steal your weed. What?
Because even then, if Hangman smokes weed, which apparently maybe he does, it's not his fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if I remember that thing earlier too, he had claimed Nana was out there trying to sell that weed to 12-year-olds or something.
Yeah, right, yeah. And that's why he says he's gonna kick his ass and steal it from him.
Yeah. Which is only right. If he's trying to sell it to 12-year-olds, I had to beat his ass to steal it from him.
Obviously.
Keep this out of the hands of the kids.
Yes. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum of weed, we had FTR come out. And so now we get a good old match here.
They
right?
are the opposite. When you look at them, you do not think weed. You do not
I think HOA. I think HOA guidelines. Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. You can't have a basketball court in the front yard. Shut the fuck up.
No, I think I need to keep my hands where they can see them, and I need to have my identification and my registration available.
Unless you're from a small town, brother. I feel like that might be a little bit too. But again, they feel like good people. I do feel like they feel like good people. There's plenty of people that
did get mad when I told him it looks like he likes the ice commercials. He did
because he probably hated that. Yeah, because he probably hated it. Yeah. But we had a good match here. I will say, they didn't have a team name, so I guess we're just going to call them Alec Pierce and Jordan Oliver. It felt like they knew that this was their chance to do the biggest shit possible. Yeah. And to their credit, FTR was like, all right, so let's see it. And like, they took it. So
I'll say that about FTR too. They do look like they're like, hey, kids, like, let's get you on the spot and try to get you. Like, they do look like they try to, like, you know what I mean, help the kids, right?
Yeah. And so, again, good match. Obviously, though, FTR picks up the victory. Now, next week, we're going to get Davis and Doyle, buddy cop movie, taking on FTR. Davis and Doyle, if I were to tell you Davis and Doyle, that looks like FTR.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right. Davis and Doyle. Yeah.
Davis and Doyle should be FTR's
name. I
name.
keep picturing Davis and Doyle would more likely be Davis and O'Doyle, right? Like it would be more like the old brawler, you know, pub brawler, but that's not exactly what they are either. So yeah, they're Davis and Doyle. Don't know quite how to explain it yet, other than just like, I don't know, watch it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like they hurt
but
people.
if you were to say blind reveal, here's the two teams. Now you name Davis and Doyle. I'm picking FTR as Davis and Doyle.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they look like Officer Davis and Lieutenant Doyle.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. But next week, we're going to get them in a tag team championship match on Dynamite. So that should be fun.
FTR wins. Spoiler.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, wait a minute. Do you know that? I thought,
No.
oh, yeah. Are they recording it now?
I don't know. I mean, I just, like,
yeah.
I don't have to know. I don't have to
Although,
Nostradamus over here.
One thing that would be interesting is if you made all the heels in the men's division, because we'll talk about the women here in just a moment, but if you made all the heels in the men's division essentially fearful of their lives, because if Don Callis fucking screws over FTR wants to kill the Don Callis family, the Death Riders want to kill the Don Callis family, and then you start getting
Don Callis just got too big for his own good.
Yeah, and now you got all the piranhas starting to circle
too
the Don
many
Callis
enemies
now.
of the bad people instead of the people he thought were chumps.
Exactly.
Whoops.
And then like, oh fuck, yeah. And then you start having the infighting to Takeshita and Okada, and then Don
Thought
Callis
his family was too big to get himself got, and nope.
Yeah. That's a very interesting concept. I like that. But let's talk about the women. So after this, we go backstage.
You know what we
Tekla
need is somebody betrays the Don Callis family when they're like, I got you a new painting. And it's one of those like crazy paintings, but it shows Moxley like devouring him. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And then Moxley comes out and fucking, you know what I mean? Like just fucking.
Oh, the painting is just whoever it is, right? Moxley with Don Callis's head in his hand.
Exactly.
Like a Mortal Kombat style.
What the fuck is this, right? And then they, Yeah, and then they've jumped ship, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's Fletcher or whoever the fuck, you know what I mean?
It's Takeshita. Takeshita has to be the one. Yeah,
that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Takeshita the Death Riders?
No,
the
just
Death
say,
Riders?
Well, no, I would just say
he just ate it. He just left. Stabbed you in the back.
Yep.
Walk away.
Nod of the cap. He goes his way. Death Riders are like the vultures and take away all the scraps.
Just exactly. Like, all right, you're free to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, so let's talk about the women here. So we go backstage in Tekla and the
this isn't right
triangle.
For a main event, is it?
No.
Oh, you're talking about this interview here, right? Yeah.
Interview.
Yeah.
Backstage, Tekla challenges Chris Statlander for the Women's World Championship next week.
Well,
Julia Hart. Julia Hart challenges Willow Nightingale for the TBS Championship because, as noted, she lost her TBS Championship to Willow, but never got a rematch. And then we got the whole spit in the camera, we're fucking mean bitches. What'd you think of the promo here from the Triangle of Madness?
Yeah. Look, I like them being rough around the edges, right? If they're not going to be spooky, they can get a little more punk. I don't hate that, right? Like, not CM Punk, but more like we're sitting on the stoop, right, in our leather jackets, kicking shit over, right? Like breaking bottles and fuck you, right? Disrespecting your area, right? Like I can get behind that.
Yeah, I think they need to have a little bit of the vibe of like, you know, if you took a wrong turn and you saw them sitting on their porch, and
that's what I'm saying.
I cannot go past them.
Yeah,
and
exactly
then,
right. Yep.
They see you and they're just like, you're coming this way, right? You know, and just doing one of those. Because Julia Hart cut her best promo in this faction. Because they stopped doing the together we will say the same thing at once. Like, she was just like, hey,
you know what you
Willow,
mean?
fucking hate you.
Make them a little anti-establishment, right? They're like, so like you said, you don't want to walk past these people because you know they've got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
So like here it's like they're like, we can't fucking get ahead here. You know how fucking Tony Khan's got his fucking favorites, right? So they're like, what do I give a shit? I will fuck you up back here. What do you think I'm gonna? Oh, I'm gonna get suspended. Like, you know, like just
nerd. Yeah,
nerd. You fucking loser. Fucking fucking wedgie.
Now, one thing though that I noticed with this promo, Sky Blue had like piercings, like. Remember when she debuted and just looked like the girl from fucking PBS? You know what I mean?
Like,
just, hey.
Like not blue pants, but blue underpants.
Yeah. And now she's like, where else can I put a piercing? And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, man, some people feel free at one point and they just go with it, you know?
Well, you date Kyle Fletcher, apparently that's what happens. Because when she was dating Dante Martin, she looked all,
they feel,
you know.
You think they're like into snakes?
Oh, probably. Oh, God. Yeah. I bet you like their snake watches them fuck, you know, and they're like, this is the best, you know.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you know, it's fun to have an audience. You know, like sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes some people are into that. You know,
and it's cooler when it's a snake.
When it's a slithery snake
out of the cage.
Yeah. Ooh. We'll play fucking fine. We'll fucking find the snake.
Eat it today. Yeah, right. Fucking. Apologies to anybody who has a pet snake.
Hey, if you're into that, we're fucking cool. Let us know.
Yeah,
it's
no
fun.
shame. We don't kink shame.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's fun. Okay. All right. So then we get the crowd on their feet.
Always
here.
something. Every episode, I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, fucking
snakes.
fine.
Snakes watching people fuck. That's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that's obviously where this episode goes. Oh, man. All right, so then we get the crowd on their feet because Kenny Omega walks out. And I tell you what, this was probably the loudest pop. Everyone
This was the crowd moment.
flipped their shit. Yeah. And I said this on Blue Sky. I didn't do a lot of posting because I was still recovering from The Road, the book. I was still like, God, Jesus, I'm sad. But I was good by this point. I said on Blue Sky, though, babyface Omega with the men's world championship in front of fans just feels right, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it would get a good moment.
And it would get like, this is the guy. Because as much as, look, Hangman's the main character, MJF is the MVP. When you say AEW, if not the first person, it's in your 5 people that you mention, what is AEW about? Well, it's about, you know, Hangman. You're going to say Kenny Omega somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I do feel like he's a bit of a victim to kind of what we've talked about, the time warp of the COVID years, right?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
we kind of just forget they happened or they all blend together. Like he was a
And
major
he was the
part of
champ.
storylines. Yeah.
yeah, he was the champ. He won his championship. Now, he lost his championship, but we were still kind of in COVID-esque era when he lost to
But
Hangman.
he was still a main focus even when he didn't have the title and somebody said like he was a big player in AEW for many years there in the early years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think now we need to have babyface title holder Kenny Omega in front of fans, and I think that could be like we're going in the right direction.
I think we understand that even if we have Kenny Omega for 10 years, he's not going to be wrestling week in, week out for those.
I mean, his schedule is kind of hit and miss.
So if there's any other title run you're ever going to give him, the earlier the better.
Yeah.
So.
And to the point where, like, Hangman's the most interesting in the journey. That is the most interesting Hangman, is the journey. Now, he's been champ. I think they've kind of failed him. But the journey is the most interesting part of Hangman. Making Omega a babyface champion, you're saying this is going to be the best wrestling match of the night, right? Like, you're saying, like, this is what we're banking on. And so I think you need to do that.
Well, and he, especially now with how much the folks are behind him, He is that like Cena role of like, I represent AEW and I with pride and I love this and you people.
Right. Yeah. He needs to do that. But in this match, he takes on fellow Canadian Josh Alexander, and Josh jumps him before the damn match. He says, yeah, right. And we have a good old wrestling match, right? Wrestle.
Clash of styles.
Yeah. More of a...
He's a wrestle fucker, and then he's a, a flippy
high
guy.
impact. Yeah, a little high impact.
Less of a flippy guy these days, but he's more, like, I'll say that he's a little more aerial high impact, right?
Yeah. And we get a good, again, back and forth, wrestle. And come on, we all knew who was going to win this. Kenny Omega. Now, Kenny Omega afterwards says, essentially, first off, he cuts promos like he forgets he's on TV. Because he'll just start walking around and be like, hey, Orlando, I live here now.
Well, it's almost like he in his mind was counting minutes and thinks we're on commercial break.
Yeah.
So we're live, pal. Because he's like doing the crowd work where he's like, oh, that sign says Justin Roberts, happy birthday. That's cool. I'm like, Kenny, what? No, man. What
the fuck is happening? Yeah. Which I will say feels authentic, right? At least it feels authentic.
He's making, he's making engagement. But
but he says he lives in Orlando, so isn't that neat? He says to Don Callis, hey, either the next guy is going to get it, or you come get me after I'm the champion. And so it feels like maybe that's a clean break. Yeah, maybe that's a clean break.
Well, I think it's an until, because if he does become champion, the first opponent is going to be a Don Callis guy, the very next Dynamite.
Now, you have one in the holster there that you can get back, because let's just hypothetically say at Revolution, Kenny Omega is the one that perseveres, and he takes on MJF. He beats MJF for the championship. Well, last time he held the championship, he lost it, and who did he lose it to? Okada. And wouldn't that be fucking great? We get the men's world heavyweight championship match, Okada Omega, with Okada already having a victory. Whoa, then we just do that shit again. We could do that.
Good.
The old together one more time. But as mentioned, MJF is backstage, and he's kind of looking.
MJF-ing.
Yeah, he's kind of MJF-ing. I like that. Yeah. just doing a little MJF-ing, Yeah. And then, as you mentioned, we go to the Taz breakdown of MJF's defeat
more of these.
Bandito. Yeah.
This, again, feels real. This is what you would be doing if this were a real sport and you were presenting, your recaps and stuff. You'd break it down.
And I like that it was of a big match. It wasn't just some random Julia Hart does a backflip on Collision. It was like, no, this was the title match of the weekend
I was
before.
telling this guy at the meeting, about the AEW and stuff, and I was like, telling him about the Friendship Wins storyline and how they managed to get over a double clothesline and a kangaroo kick, drop kick.
Yeah.
They got over him just doing, I forget the full name of the move that you guys, you MMA folks can say, but in essence, he's got some sort of arm hold on him. On his
well, that's not a real thing, but yeah,
but
it's
you
an
know
arm
what I
bar.
mean?
But
again, like you're selling this seemingly simple pro wrestling move as like this crushing thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, if you just let me grab your arm, that's gonna fucking hurt. But like, you don't really.
No, but you know what I mean. Like again, like that's lost in the flippies and the move, whatever. Like we managed to take this and be like, and then like it paints MJF as this again, like he'll fucking snap your arm off. Watch out, like he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Hey, I did say that. The guy I was talking to, he was like, I'll say this about MJF, like. He was like, he does a lot of the talking. He's like, but man, he wrestles really good every time I see it. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, in the short time that AEW has been here, oddly enough, I was like, I've been watching wrestling for fucking 40 years. I was like, he's in the top 5 of all time. Like, he's that good.
Yeah, he is that. He is definitely that good. But hey, another thing that gets you going crazy. It's right before the main event.
Yes.
So you know what time it is, Tim.
Oh, I know what time it is. The Tony Khan special.
It's the TK special. It's time
for the women.
Yeah, isn't that great? Gotta get those women matches in.
Right for the main event.
Yeah, women.
I love this. So Tony Khan, he's busy. He's like scribbling papers. People are coming up to him. He's like, you're in this slot, blah, blah, blah. Like Willow comes walking up. She's like, Tony, am I wrestling tonight? He's like, yep, got you slotted. She's like, right for the main event? He's like, yeah, right for the main event. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, all right, yeah, next. Just coming up. Like, yeah, saw that coming.
Mm-hmm. Well, shocker. Okay. I'll show up late because I know I'm not going to be on early. Yeah. But I will say this.
Back into that. It's a couple of weeks running now.
Yeah. But I will say here, at least we get double the fun because it's a tag team match. So we get the Timeless Love Bombs taking on, I guess they don't have a name, but they look like more of a tag team.
Yeah.
Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford.
We got the band back together. I guess, I mean, that's, was new to this week, right? But
right.
But yeah, they're wearing the gear. They're looking like a tag team.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir's still hanging around as we get into
so we get a fun match here. One thing that I mentioned earlier, the thing that I liked is it felt as if every time Megan Bayne made eye contact with Toni Storm while Toni Storm was waiting for the tag, Toni Storm would yell, "I hate you," or just something to be like, "Fuck you."
Toni Storm's another one that, like you were referencing earlier, like shouting in the match and like being a character in the match. And like, yes. It's
because it's engaging. It's something different. Because we talk during the match, like, and then if we hear something, we're like, oh, wait a minute. And so we're engaged now because there's more than just,
acting.
And it's more than just paint by numbers, right?
Exactly.
That person does this and that, like, break the
mold. But it also
just
adds, so again, like, if you're acting and you're seemingly an extra, right? You're kind of an offhand character. You don't just necessarily wait for your line because, like, in real life, you're not just sitting there. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be realistic and humanistic, right?
And I am mad.
Pro wrestling to Shakespeare last night. I was like, it's the only thing today that's like Shakespeare's theater in the round. I was like,
you don't stand there and wait for your line and be like, and I am also mad. You're like,
no,
motherfucker, you would be yelling, anyway.
Yeah, like, you got to talk over it, like, you got to make it real.
Yeah. So we get a tag team match. Again, very fun, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But as you mentioned, right as Toni Storm goes to try to make the save, Marina Shafir comes
snatched up
and just does the smothering. We're calling it mother's milk.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. No, it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Just weird.
It's weird. I really hope we're not expressing anything at this moment. Like, it's not.
I don't know. So there we go. We get they win, right? So they win. Toni Storm is
the
upset.
Assistance of the mother's milk.
Yeah, whatever, right? So we'll see what happens there. Afterwards,
she did the raise your hand with the everything.
And it's just like, so then are Penelope and Megan Bayne with the Death Riders, or
is this gonna is Megan or is Marina gonna come up with a tag partner
or is she leaving the Death Riders and be like, hey, you guys do your thing, or it's weird. It's weird. Speaking of weird, we talk about Marina Shafir's husband because on Collision for a championship that confuses people if you're not fucking paying every single second of attention, the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship match will be Claudio versus Roderick Strong on Collision. What is CMLL? Well, you better fucking know, because they're just going to show you a clip that a match happened in Mexico. But
also, boy, we're really propping up the prestige of the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship by putting this match on Collision.
Well, and also, Tim, it's two white guys wrestling for a Mexican championship.
Well, you're not allowed to be a Mexican in America right now. So.
Well, that's true. So that they had to. It could only be two white guys.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Again, we have 9 million belts, and so our fucking great idea is add more.
Belt from somebody else's company. It's a Mexican company. Let's find two white guys.
Yeah.
Now I get Claudio's internationally. He belongs
but
to the
still,
world.
if you just looked at him, you're not going to be like, oh, he's
Claudio's like Bad Bunny. He just belongs to everybody now.
Yeah, but still. It was just so silly. But Anyhow, there you go. Then we go to commercial break and come back and we get our main event. Swerve Strickland versus Kevin Jet. Is it the Jet Kevin Knight or Kevin
the Jet Knight? I think it's the Jet Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
Or I think it's just Kevin Knight, but he's the Jet.
Jet. Okay.
Right? Like,
hey, Jet. Yeah.
I don't know. They have to say it every time, right? Like, it's not,
Okay.
you know.
Like, they don't say Shane Swerve Strickland.
It's not Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? It's just, he's Kevin Knight.
Stone Cold.
He's also the Jet, right?
Right. Okay.
Right.
So there you go. We got
like
Kevin
2
Knight.
Chainz is Titty Boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
Oh man,
you know what I mean?
that was the first one. Yeah, I do. I will say, not to body shame, because obviously, it's winter. We all got to stay warm. But there was a few times the angle of the TV caught Swerve Strickland looking like a super heavyweight here.
This fat son
He's bulking, Tom. He's bulking.
Well, it looks like he's only bulking in one area. Cause,
it was also the neck.
yeah.
Listen, hey, I'm not one to talk. I caught another picture of myself from last night, and I was like, God damn it, I need to work out again.
Yeah. Now, yes, if you were to compare tonight's Swerve Strickland to the Swerve Strickland that signed the contract for AEW, yes, he is
but look,
massively
everybody
bigger.
gets bigger as they get older, usually, right? Especially if
Well,
you're
I'm saying
type
even
to work
stronger.
out.
But
Yeah,
like
exactly,
maybe this.
Looks like you're getting meat-based proteins. Like,
Yeah,
you're
you're
getting that in there.
Yeah, you're trying
Sticking
to take over.
Not going with the lean proteins, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like you're trying to take over that Powerhouse Hobbs spot. You know what I mean?
You're getting the steak at Chipotle, not the chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely, yeah. But this was a fun match. Again, Swerve can still do all the same matches. He's still the coolest guy in pro wrestling.
100%.
I didn't 100% catch. He was wearing a band across his arm. Apparently someone in his family
His producer
passed
of
away.
that song passed away. Like, it was a friend of his, and recently
The
unexpected.
one that
they
we've
said.
seen that, like,
Yeah.
the guy
The one that did that song that he
Garments?
that's what they said. Well, the one who did this song that he comes
Oh,
out to.
this one specifically. Okay. Because
Yeah.
the garments,
Yeah.
okay. Because
Yep.
that guy's
Yeah,
like
they said-
at the shows and stuff.
Yeah, no, they said this guy on this song and close personal friend of his, and of course producer friend, probably done a bunch of work with him. Unexpectedly
Gosh,
passed
dang.
away recently.
That is so sad. That is very sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully Swerve is doing well, and the family of the individual. Don't want to discredit that at all either. All is well there. But we get into this matchup and we get all the fun stuff. It's the future versus the present. We get Kevin Knight saying, I can jump higher than you, and Swerve Strickland saying, yeah, but I'm a better wrestler. And boop, 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 boop.
So are we detecting piece by piece that Swerve is battling issues with jealousy? Because he was jealous of Hangman being friends with Kenny, and he's jealous of the Jet being, an up-and-comer.
Well, and that's interesting because we never really went back to that tonight with a Swerve Kenny Omega thing. Kenny Omega almost kind of was on an island tonight where it's like, he was in the Don Callis vortex, but then he didn't do anything with Swerve or MJF or Hangman. He just kind of did his thing and took off. Now, in this main event, we did see MJF in a box seat, and so that seemed like he was the most interested in that match. So does that tell us that Swerve's #1 contender?
Is each week, are we going to think somebody's like higher in the power rankings? Right?
Well, yeah, because if next week Hangman's in the main event, and maybe MJF is just like, whoever's in the main event, I'm getting the closest look because then I'm going home. Like, could be that. But yeah, that was our episode of Dynamite. Pretty good. I felt like this was a good one to build on. This is going to be a good one to where, you remember MJF was looking at Joe kind of stuff? Like,
so we have the benefit of Revolution being one of the longest, build-up times. So right now, I keep saying, I feel like we haven't established a whole lot. I don't really know what a whole lot of this means or what we're going to do here. But you almost have to do that given how much time we have, right? We kind of can't get there too quickly because then we got time to fill. So maybe more is to come is kind of what I keep thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But that's also where I would say, I don't know. Again, I don't know travel schedules because there's so much that goes into a show that just, it's easy to, again, be an armchair quarterback here. But, like, where was Ricochet this week? I don't know. And then Saturday night, I don't know if you caught this, Billy Gunn's back. Hey, Billy Gunn.
What?
Yeah, Billy Gunn has a tag team match with his son, Austin, and he's taking on somebody. I can't remember now, but yeah.
Are you for real? I thought he was.
I'm dead serious. Nope. Well, unless this is like a
fucking Megamania over there.
Well, unless this is a, hey, thanks for your time. Here, you can wrestle your son, then get the fuck out of here.
Or it's we have you for 3 more dates, Billy.
Yeah.
Or you'll have to pay back $350. And he's like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He went to Paul, and Paul's like, look, I couldn't get it proved. We're TKO now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help you.
Because we're getting that this Saturday. I can't remember who the matchup is now. But it is Billy and Austin versus, let's see if I can find it here. Yes, Protoshita. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita versus Billy Gunn and Austin Gunn.
He was out there shit-talking AEW already. I thought he was already on that train.
Well, I thought, okay, again, let's not peek behind the curtain. Let's keep it in. This is all real. I thought Billy Gunn hated his sons.
Yeah. What is the deal there?
Nope, not anymore. Now, again, look, I've had a relationship with my dad where if you said, hey, you guys friends? Nope. And then, it's Thanksgiving. Yeah. So,
might say that
father-son, father-son is a little bit more forgiving of they're cool, no, they're not cool, right? Family, I guess.
Well, they don't have to be friends. Be like, you need a fucking tag match. Your brother's hurt, so I guess I got to fucking step in and do it now.
Always
like, I don't want you there. I'll get somebody else to be like, no, I'll fucking do it.
I'll pick up after you. Like,
show you how to fucking do this because you're.
Yeah. Also on Collision Saturday night, we're getting.
Dad's great. Our dad's fucking dads.
Yeah, they are dads. But we get
I
Andrade.
remember Dane Cook, who's not anybody to fucking applaud, but like I remember him telling a story where he was like, his fucking face is on the side of the bus, right? Like, and he finally gets his dad to like come see the first show he's ever done, right? And he's like a world tour, and his dad was like one of the undercomics. He was like, now that guy's fucking funny, right? And he's like, and he was just like, fucking dads. He's like,
trust me, the one that has aggravated me on behalf of the person, even though he was like, my dad's the greatest person in the world, was Barry Sanders. His dad would never tell him he was the best running back. He'd be like, yeah, Walter Payton could have done that in 10 games. And it's like, brother, are you fucking serious? Your son is the greatest running back ever. What the fuck?
Yeah. Talking like the Mrs. fucking dad now.
Yeah. Oh, remember that motherfucker? This guy? Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, Saturday night, we're getting the return of Andrade. We're getting Hangman versus Shibata. And we're getting the TBS championship match, Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart. So there you go. Got some stuff to look forward to.
Should be good stuff, man. I'm excited. I feel like, I'm ready to start connecting. We're storyline driven folks here. If you're new to the show, we really appreciate the angles, the complexities, and the emotions of the story. And I feel like, as we said, we're kind of in a position where maybe they can't unload all of it yet, right? So they're kind of stalling, and that's where we're at. So, but I think it's fine. I think the matches they gave us a good crowd was into the moments that they were into, right? Not everything, but it's Florida. What are you going to do? I don't know where we're at next week. Maybe they'll be better.
Yeah, let's see.
Probably not.
Let's hope.
Maybe not. But we'll be back next week, so you should join us there. Make sure to get in your emails to aewrapup@gmail.com. Check us out at allelitewrapup.com for all of the... You all right there? You're looking...
They're in Cedar Park, Texas next week. Fucking yikes.
Well, rewind the show if you want to hear our thoughts on Texas. We got into that early, so that's the beauty of the podcast listeners. You can go back on demand. Anyway, check out all the things you need at allelitewrapup.com. And
I will see you next week, dumbass.
Time.